fucking tosser.
Would that be the salad variety?
Yeah.
What type of tossing are we doing this evening?
Fucking wanker.
I want some ranch with mine.
Hey there, welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits. Coming to you live from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California. Toot toot. Hey everyone, how are you? Boy, it's as we like to say, it's fucking freezing here, man.
Well, no, that's a relative term.
I think it's down to like 52.
Our listeners in the Midwest are laughing at you now, Liza.
Yeah, but we have people here who are experiencing it for themselves.
I thought it was kind of cold.
They know. In fact, we had quite a few cold people yesterday, but I'll get to that in a second. First, let's start with who is here, and I'm going to change it up. First, I'm going to start with everybody's favorite ginger. It's Bagel.
1, 2, 3, get loose now.
Are you referring to your bowels? Are you referring to your bowels, Bagel?
Only to for those of you who need it.
Have you been at the Lamb Vindaloo again, darling?
No, I have not been going out.
Okay.
And I'm going to say the one with the misfit with the best smile. It's Naked Jim.
Hey, what's happening? Glad to be here. I'm actually just checking out these Stark electric motorcycles too.
Ooh.
80 horsepower.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, one to 100 different modes you can put.
Did they
in.
name them after you?
Wow. We got to keep that a secret. Yeah, we got to keep that a secret.
So running the board tonight, it's Stumpy John.
Hey everybody, ain't no party like a Stumpy party, because a Stumpy party don't. Oh, come on, everybody. Seriously?
Don't stump. Don't stump.
Don't leave you hanging, huh?
Don't leave you
That
hanging.
was horrible. You guys you're fired, all of you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. And wearing a merkin on her head, it's Miss Emma.
Hello, darlings. This is not a merkin. It is a finest quality Russianette. In it,
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's in it,
It's a gall blimey hat.
It's
a winter
definitely a
hat.
gore blimey hat. But I tell you what, it keeps the old gourd warm, which is extremely important in this weather.
It looks very sophisticated.
Well, do you know how much of your body heat you lose to the top of your head? Quite a bit, actually.
Especially if it's bald.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that.
No, you wouldn't know
Yeah,
anything about that.
We got to say how completely gorgeous Miss Emma looks today. Freaking amazing.
Really bad sound for ASMR, just so you know.
That was some tossing going on there.
That's rubbing one out.
Joining Emma on the Classy Girl couch, it's Brad.
Hey.
Not just
Give me-
Gabba hay.
Or alfalfa.
Yes, there you are.
Brad from up north.
In the Great White North, apparently. It's
Yeah.
Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah, and we had a very brief talk about Vancouver, BC and Vancouver, Washington are two very, very different places, aren't they?
Absolutely.
There you
Very
go.
different. The original,
And the best.
which many people don't realize, is Vancouver, Washington. That other one, I don't know. That other one, that came second.
The one before Christ. Isn't that what it is?
All right.
I think it's before cornflakes, darling. BC stands for
Before Cornholio.
Cornholio in this case.
For my bungholio.
Definitely.
This is just coming off the rails.
And I gotta say, it's good to see Bagel again, because the first time I met him was at the
Spankers
No,
convention.
the sobbing
No,
scooter.
the Wankers convention.
at the debut of the Sobbing Scooterist over at the Motorcycle
awesome.
Film Festival.
Oh, sweet.
Right
That
on.
was
Cool.
so, and Bagel turned me on to you group of misfits.
Hey.
Bagel turned you on, huh?
He turns all of us on.
Totally.
And then also from the great up north,
Yeah.
it's Eric.
Yep. Eric from Seattle. I came down here this Monday here and ran through a rainstorm and had to hold up along the Oregon coast.
And you guys did not come together or know each other previous to
I
this.
met him
true.
today.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Small
Isn't that
world.
funny? Isn't that funny? Well, I wanted to get real quick.
It's getting cold up there, so we all decided to come south.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
We get the snowbirds about
Exactly.
Yeah, you brought the bloody cold with you, the pair of you.
You're welcome.
I shall
Oh,
never
you
forgive
don't have
either
the
of
worst
you.
of it.
It's our
38
personalities.
I
It's
wanted
38
real quick
degrees
to
here right
get
now.
to our ride report
that's
for
cold.
yesterday.
Yeah, ride report.
Oh,
We had a great report. John, I need to go grab something from office. Can you start the report?
Sure. So, yeah, we had a group of us join up, 10 motorcycles yesterday, including Eric, which was awesome. And we did a 200-mile loop down through over the Santa Cruz Mountains, through Watsonville, and then into Gonzales and over across Gloria Road. And yeah, so Eric, what'd you think? You got a chance to see our area.
That Carmel Valley is amazing. I mean, I was born here, but to actually be on a bike into these hills around
Right.
here is a whole different experience.
You know, there are some hidden gems right here that often people, don't know about. Carmel Valley Road is one of them when you get way out in the sticks. River Road is another one. Metz Road out there in Soledad.
All
There's
these places she just mentioned are not so hidden anymore.
Right. Well, they need to be discovered because it's fabulous riding road. And in a lot of cases, you're the only person on the road, which makes it extra special. So anyway.
It was great. And Gloria was interesting, wasn't it? Because it's usually just a graded dirt road, but it was pretty washed out from some of the rain. I think it made it more technical and a lot more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I always love your philosophy with the whole live to ride and ride to eat.
There we
You
go.
know? Love that.
How are them
Love
tacos,
that.
huh?
Oh, yeah, I believe that
Tacos
was
were
pie.
amazing, and the apple pie. That
Gets
Dutch
us.
apple pie I had, a la mode.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
was that the crumbly top one? Dude, yes, that's tasty.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
was my nickname in high school.
Crumbly
Apple
top.
pie?
Now it's crumbly bottom.
Apple pie.
Wow.
Alamo, darling.
So I wanted to comment. One of my favorite things about the ride is it is getting colder now.
It's bloody
as-
freezing.
I know.
It's an understatement.
And as the seasons change, your gear needs to change. So I actually made the decision not to ride the Enduro,
Right.
which I did put heated grips on this week because it was so cold last week. I decided to take the Africa Twin because it's just warmer and I got the heated seat and all the things, which makes a world of difference. And some of these poor mooks, they were riding like just KLRs and nothing, no heated nothing.
That would be me.
Yeah, Carla, Kevin. But then a lot of the other bikes, just people weren't really prepared for how cold it can be. And I
Right.
was not doing a lot of freeway. We're just doing back road stuff like that. But poor Carla had very thin gloves.
Oh, God.
Kevin just had jeans on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
miserable.
I know, right? And I was really happy. Riding motorcycles, we all ride for the same reason. It makes mental health. It just makes us happy. And we've been having a lot of great rides lately. But for me, it was even elevated by the fact, and I think we've talked about this before, when you dial in your gear so you have that bubble, you're not too cold, you're not too hot, but you feel like an astronaut in space, right? You're protected.
Right.
And on these crisp, clear days, everything was like beautiful. It was like Polaroid. It was like, I don't know how to describe it.
That's quite existential for you,
Well,
Liza.
I mean, Carmel Valley Road. I mean, everything was just beautiful and amazing. And then every now and then I get a little cold and I just turn on that heated
Right.
set.
Yeah, that's
So-
Corbin
heated
seat, and that would
that's
just bring
pretty
me
bomb.
right back.
Can I give a Misfits top tip
Yeah.
just for the boys?
Just
Because-
a tip.
Because the girls know about this already. One of the warmest things you can wear before you put any
Oh, I know what
of
you're gonna
your
say.
gear on is a pair of nylon pantyhose. It's the warmest thing. And you start with that, and then you put them on, and then yeah, there you go, Jim. And you put them on, you can put whatever you want. You can put your socks on, you can put long johns over the top of that and your jeans, and I guarantee you'll be 10 degrees warmer.
And
you're
you can
setting
put
us
your
up for
boots
failure.
on so much easier.
Well, it's just, it's that extra layer. I mean, the key to really, and even top quality gear works on the same principle. There's lots of layers, that's how Thinsulate works. So by adding a thin layer, it really helps. Our friend Kevin, if he'd have had that extra layer, he wouldn't have been half as miserable, would he?
Yeah. And for me, I wore my puffy coat underneath,
Right.
which those are
Layer
really
up.
great.
Layer up.
A great added layer for just, keeping your core warm. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I'll even say in a pinch, a garbage bag is bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done the
And who
garbage
gives a
bag
shit?
back home in
Dude, that
England.
will save your ass.
I
a
tell you
garbage
what
Especially in
I've
the
done.
chest there.
Yeah, totally. Just,
I've
yeah.
done a garbage bag with newspapers
Oh,
under
yeah.
a garbage
Right,
bag.
Brilliant.
right.
Layer up. Doesn't matter. You just
When
keep-
you're cold, it blows. I don't give a shit what you look
well,
like.
that
Yeah.
leading edge, the
Yeah.
whole of your chest,
Yep,
your arms, legs, knees, anywhere that's facing forward on a bike. The wind chill on it. You see the charts, and the wind chill is crazy on a motorcycle. So, you've really got to think about
So you
that.
didn't talk about the friend you met yesterday,
Oh, did you meet a
Your
new
friend I
friend?
met?
your little animal friend,
Which animal
the
friend?
cow.
Oh, yes, the cow.
This is pretty funny. We're on Carmel Valley Road, and once you get way back, you're actually in like pastures. Well, there was a cow that had gotten out and was on the road. So
Always
I'm
makes
leading the
for
group. I'm
interesting.
coming up on the cow. You see the cow, they're unpredictable. Jim will tell you all about this. You don't know
yeah.
what they're going to do. So I kind of slowly came up and I stopped, and it just stood there in the middle of the road staring at me. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'm going to try and go around it. So I started to go, and it started to run. I'm like, okay, so now it's just running right in front of me. Like we're in formation. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and pass it now. I speed up, and it starts to gallop.
Get out. It didn't start pooping, did it? They'll do
start
that
pooping.
on you, man. They do.
But it wasn't fully getting over to the side. It's kind of swerving a little bit from the side to the middle.
I've had turkeys do that for miles. Follow a turkey. Anyway.
Yeah, and it's just running. I'm like, I didn't know if it wanted to get away from us or if it wanted to come with us.
I think it wanted to be with you. It
was
wanted
I
to
think it
leaving
be
wanted
you.
to come with us.
part of the ride.
And it was just, this cow was moving.
Spirit animal.
It was
Born to
moving.
be wild.
Wow, that's true. Your spirit animal's a cow. That's pretty cool.
It was pretty fun. So yeah,
Cows
I
are fun.
finally got a little bit faster, and it got over, and everyone was able to pass. But we saw peacock, we saw vultures,
Awesome.
a lot of animals out. Great ride. But one of the things too, Jim, I was commenting, I really enjoying that all the exploring that you and I did to
Yeah.
find all these places
Oh, like
to
the food
eat
stops and all that,
and
yeah.
all these roads and little great places, and being able to put it all together into a ride to take people
Yeah.
on. I'm really like enjoying sharing these things that used
My-
to just be you and me.
Yeah, I know.
My
it's true.
only complaint is that you are now increasingly doing these adventure bike rides,
Yes.
which of course us street bikers are excluded from.
Yes. That is true.
It's a complaint.
Registered.
Duly noted.
Duly noted and filed.
And I demand you put it before the correct authorities.
You know, just to deflect. Another cool thing about Carmel Valley Road I like is when you get to the end of it, meaning the eastern end. What is that, 101 or whatever it connects to way out there? That's where the San Andreas Fault goes. So
Right.
there's really cool geography, like what do they call it? Geology.
Well, there's like a Y, and you can kind of take the left Y and end up in Greenfield, or you can take the right-hand Y and it takes you all the way to King City, and it's right at the very, very end.
Yeah.
But that valley with that steel trellis bridge in it, it's wild.
It is so cool.
It's
yeah.
like a mini Grand Canyon.
It is kind of, yeah.
It's like a shrunken
beautiful
Grand
out there.
I
Canyon.
actually thought that yesterday
Yeah.
when we were going through.
There
I was
you
like,
go.
This is like
That's-
a micro Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
San Andreas
That
Fault.
ridge there,
And-
yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the San Andreas Fault.
Where is
Okay.
this?
It's the real deal.
So
Well, and the fact too, John, that we have even more places to go and take people and have some great rides.
and having food is always it's a good like motivator to go somewhere.
But these are all places I discovered with you
That's
when
true.
we went out. So
That's true.
so I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to a game real quick. You guys may have noticed this stack of gifts, Christmas presents in the middle of the room.
With the big sign that says "No touchy."
No touchy. Exactly. I wanted to do a game so you guys can earn your gifts.
I never do well at these.
Yeah. So here's
Funny, that's what my parents used to do.
Really?
all right. So here's how it's going to work. I've got. Let's see. How are we going to? So this game. Okay. I'm making this up. I happen to look up how many record album covers have motorcycles or scooters on them. It's really simple.
Wow.
So I am going to give each of you a card that has an album cover.
Yes.
Okay. And I need you to keep it down. Don't look at it. And one at a time, we're going to go around. And when it's your turn, you are going to try and get the other people in the room to guess the artist or band that is on this. You cannot say the album name. You cannot say the artist or the band name. And you cannot say the lead singer's name.
It's Father Abraham, Christmas in Smurfing Land.
All right. and extra point if they can name the album that has a motorcycle on it.
Oy.
So,
Do I need to sit this one out?
no, Bagel, you can guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're a guesser too.
All right.
And so whoever guesses then gets an opportunity to pick a present.
Oh, goodo. Oh, I like this
Emma,
game.
I'm wondering, did you cheat and look at the stack of cards that was on my desk when you were at my table?
Oh, no, I never cheat, darling.
Okay.
I'm honest, Emma.
All right, so I'm going to start with John.
look like a-
Oh, and did I mention you have 15 seconds to give the clues? John, this is your album. You remember the rules. You cannot say the lead singer, the band, the album,
Album.
right?
Say the motorcycle.
Sure, you can say anything. So I'm going to say go. You have 15 seconds, and they got to try and guess. Are you ready?
Yes.
And go.
Purple.
Oh,
Purple
Prince.
Rain.
Prince.
Prince.
Stop.
And it's a CM400.
What's the name of the album?
Purple Rain.
You cannot use that word. It is in the name of the album. You are disqualified.
Oh,
You cannot use the album name.
That wasn't the album name.
Purple.
I just said
Rain.
purple.
Which is in the album
Okay, so
name.
John said purple, and that's what the issue
Yes.
was. Okay.
But I know what the bike is. It's a
CM400. We all know.
CM400
so
automatic.
I put an easy one first so you guys can. You
That's
cannot
the only one I
use
would know.
the album name.
Yeah, I know. All right, that's what we're all saying. Well, I hope we get the
Okay,
Prince bike.
and now I'm actually going to lift the time limit. First one to guess.
Look, Quadrophenia.
First one to guess the artist, and I am going to give
I can see. Yep.
this one to Emma.
Oh.
Okay.
so we need to guess the artist.
Guess the
I'm
artist.
disqualified. I can't
No,
participate.
you can guess.
Oh, hairband.
Motley Crue.
Well, yeah,
Great. Yes.
Great White.
You got to get
You
the
got
album.
it.
No,
You got
no,
it.
you've got to
good.
get the album.
No, you don't have to get. You got the you got the,
You got it. It's
Wow.
Motley
I
Crue.
nailed it.
and the album is I think Girls, Girls, Girls was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right.
And
Yeah.
it looks like...
And now you can show everyone the picture.
Yeah, there you go. Nicely
Yeah.
done.
Wow.
So
Good game, Liza.
you get to
Well done.
pick a present from the stack and set it in front of you. You do not open it,
I picked
and
a
you
good
don't.
day to come down to the
if you
shop.
touch it, you're taking it. Just so you know. Okay. I'm gonna give one. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. let me get over here and hand these out. Okay. There you go. All right, you guys. Go.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Got 15 seconds.
Oh gosh.
You can name a song. You can name.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe this individual
What are we guessing the artist here?
artist or
What's the genre?
Little Tim.
is it pop?
Is it
pop?
both?
Top 40. Da, 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 da,
I recognize that
da,
dance.
da, 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 da.
Is there a motorcycle on the cover?
There is a. Can I? There's a scooter on it. I can say that, right? Yeah, there's a scooter on
Is
the
it
album.
Is it Bo Diddley?
No.
Fine,
no.
fine young cannibals.
Specials. The specials. He's
First
he's
order
throwing up gang
madness.
signs.
First starts with an R, ends.
Replacements.
Can't do that.
I can't do that.
Can I help him?
No, can I help you guys?
Icky.
You can't do that either.
Oh,
Iggy Pop.
La Vida Loca.
Living La Vida
Ricky
Loca.
Martin.
Ricky Martin.
There you go.
I wouldn't know how the fuck to do that. I would.
Next
Yeah.
prize.
I think Bagel actually got that one.
Did it?
Alright.
I wasn't
Yeah.
listening.
Prize for you, Bagel.
Bagel,
Oh, yay, thank you.
Oh,
Pick
God,
the
that is the
littlest-
most feeble album cover imaginable.
Okay,
And look at him. He's actually proud
Somebody-
of sitting on that thing.
Somebody picked the littlest present for me.
All right,
That's a Honda Metropolitan, I think. Oh, that's just grim.
okay, now now because
So Bagel wants us to pick him a
That's
present.
living.
Emma, scooters or motorcycles too.
and now because
That's
this
living
is my
la
game, I get to
vida
change the
feeble.
rules. So this is a work in progress. I didn't have this game fully ready. It was supposed to be for another
Yes.
episode, but so now the rule is you have to get people to guess yours to get a prize.
Oh,
So you would have failed, and we would have
Yeah.
moved on.
Miserably.
Okay.
But I
you go.
already owe a prize.
What?
I'm owed a prize because he got mine within a second.
Well, we're coming around again. Don't
Well,
worry about
okay.
it.
No.
I just changed the rules. All right. So who has one now?
I'm in
Hit the
flight.
fart button.
So all right. Since he already has a prize, whoever guesses this gets it. Okay. Are
Okay.
you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
so this was a pop artist in the 50s, 40s, 50s. Died of a drug overdose. Went drafted in the army.
Elvis Presley.
Yep, absolutely.
There you go.
Right on.
All right. You get to pick a present.
What motorcycle's on there?
a Sportster. His
Oh.
Sportster, I think.
I don't know. What is that? What is that? I'll take the real long one up on top.
Return of the
Sure you will.
Rocker.
Set it-
No, I think that's his Sportster.
Sit there.
He bought it brand
All right.
new.
Jim, you're up.
All right. All right. So I'll go. Mine's rock and roll from my own 70s, 80s. And I'm a guy who has a name that's a food I like to eat.
Meatloaf.
All right. So
That was an easy one.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one.
all right. So Jim, you get to pick a prize.
All right. Cool.
Once you touch
help.
it, it's yours.
Oh, that's the Merkin.
That one looks
All
like the Ram mount I donated a little while ago.
John, you have another one? So if you let's see. If you can get them to guess it, you get a prize.
Female artist. Stars Born.
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
Nope.
Madonna.
Nope. It's what is she? Little Monsters.
yeah.
Super Freaks.
No.
Oh, yeah.
She's a
What?
current-
Multi-talented.
No, that's what
Yeah.
she calls her fans. I can't
multi-talented.
remember the-
Singer.
Sang at the inauguration of Joe Biden.
Katy Perry.
Where's the
Lady Gaga?
meat
Yes.
outfit?
Yes.
Lady Gaga.
Yep.
Lady
that's it.
Gaga. Thank you. Good
okay.
Lord, I couldn't think of her name.
Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
That's bitching.
3 to choose from.
Oh, what's she sitting
Which
on?
one do you want, John?
Is that her? Is her head a headlight?
Oh, yes.
That
Look,
looks
she's all
crazy.
she's
That
all
one right there.
motorcycle.
Middle one. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, and let's see who hasn't. You need a prize.
I need a
All right,
prize.
so go for it.
Bagel.
Yes.
Roger Daltrey.
Quadrophenia.
Who?
Yeah. Hi, kids. I know who you are. You know who I am.
Do you
And
know
we
how
all
that
know
band
who the who
got?
are.
Do you know how that band got their name? So they're all sitting around, and they're trying to come up with names like, I think we should call ourselves Morris Oxford and the Shooting Breaks, and they'd go,
The who?
bloody who, and it stuck, and that's how they got their name.
What is a
Nice.
shooting
That
break?
one?
Yeah.
It's a station wagon.
Oh.
I want
Which
a
prize
prize.
would you like?
I want the big one. I want the big one. That's the story of my life. That was my middle name in high school. You know, I want the big one.
That one is bagels. So let's finish this out, and then you can.
Big one a la mode.
All right. So, all right, your turn, Brad. Go for it.
Take another little piece of my heart now, baby.
Janis Joplin.
Dude, that was epic.
There you go.
Yes,
Nice.
Well
nicely
done.
sung as well, in
Yeah,
key
you
too.
figured
I actually
Yeah.
thought she was in the room for a moment there.
Yeah, it was like she was there.
All right, Brad, you're up.
No, I'm Eric.
I mean, sorry, Eric. Sorry.
That's Ulrich.
So, most people would say this guy was the start of rock and roll, sang the man's world, or it's a man's world.
So, James
Brown.
James Brown, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Bagel.
Got it.
Nice. Very
Oh,
good.
James Brown's
You
badass.
were
What's
saying-
his
And
album
what
cover?
I almost said
motorcycle?
Jim Jones. It was
What
wrong.
motorcycle
It
is
looks like a Harley.
I thought that could be the
Freedom.
second game is we have to
Oh,
have,
that is-
Emma has to identify
That is
the
a
bikes.
bitchin'
Chopper.
album cover.
Yeah.
I've never seen that
Yeah, I
before.
never saw
I don't.
that
Emma,
either.
what is it? I just love the whole album art. It's awesome. James Brown was a bad dude too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, it's nothing special. It's a AMF Sportster.
Oh.
But I tell you what, it's a good-looking album cover. It really is. Make It Funky, Part 1 and 2. I'm guessing this is probably a compilation album from like the 70s, because that's like a mid-70s Sportster.
All right,
Nice,
Jim.
nice bike.
I think it's hardly,
one
instead
more.
of saying potato, 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 it said, hey, 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 hey.
Step back.
All right, Jim. Let's
All right.
finish strong.
All right, strong with a 60s icon, rock and roll guru, who happens to be wearing, we'll test your knowledge, underneath his very colorful, almost paisley shirt is a Triumph motorcycle shirt. And as he sits with his head cocked looking at the camera,
Is it
Is that Dylan?
Is it Joe Cocker?
this poet, what'd you say?
Dylan.
Neil
Bob
Young.
Dylan.
Yeah.
So Bob Dylan, Highway 61 Revisited.
Yep.
He has a Triumph motorcycle shirt on. I've seen this album a
Yeah,
zillion
right.
times.
Which was ironic because that's what he crashed on.
Robert Zimmerman.
Robert Zimmer, yes.
All right. Well,
Like a
and I
Rolling
have
Stone.
a
Did you get one?
No.
Well, don't you get to do one?
No, I give away things. Okay. So I have a stack. We can play that again, but I thought it'd just be fun to play the album cover game. But now you guys get to open your presents and say what you got in it. Emma, why don't you start with yours?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Actually, no. John, why don't you start with yours?
Is this like a white elephant thing? Are we wrestling
Yeah, are we
for
stealing from each other?
Emma,
Or no?
Emma, I'm going to fight you
I will fight you.
for your
And
gift.
Bagel, there's one here that I will be sending you.
Now,
Okay, thank
I
Jim,
won't fight Brad or Eric because they will whoop my ass.
I will fight you, but remember, I've got my heels on, so
what?
I have 2 additional weapons.
Yeah, and Jim, and
I'll just
look,
pretend
I
I'm
want to
unwrapping.
see, I want to see Emma open her big box. I'm all excited about that.
And by the way, happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays for sure.
Merry Christmas.
And a better 2022.
Open the
let's
box
hope.
too, John.
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
All right. So say what you got to open. Yes.
What
you
happened?
Okay,
got.
so wait. I have a. I think that's. So this is a
Hopefully.
Rev Sisters. Is that a Rev Sisters decal? Sorry.
A decal to our
We have
Canadian
got
friends.
It actually slows down your
motorcycle
motorcycle. when you put it on.
helmet, keychain.
Oh, is that a Harley one?
Nice.
No, it's a. I don't know what it is.
It's from Banggood.
Big bang.
I must have bad breath. This is a Ricola.
You know, my favourite part of that whole advert is when he blows the trombone, his hand
And my
comes
favorite,
up.
the Motorcycles and Misfits cup, which
Mug.
I do not have
Very nice.
with motorcycle on the backside with the fabulous Miss
I
Emma.
have coffee cup envy.
Yes.
Very nice.
Can I, mate, let me just
That's
check
awesome.
the colour registration on that picture. Yeah, that is a good likeness of me. I actually look more glamorous in the picture than I do in real
All right.
life. This is a nice
I
thing.
know.
This
I will
mug. Look at
All
that.
right, Eric.
Think of Miss Emma when I have
Ooh.
coffee in the
Let's open
morning.
All right.
Sexy.
Let's see what I got here.
Yes, very sexy, Miss Moneypenny. Oh, what's he got?
Is this cat food?
Oh, look at you. I want cat food.
I hope you have a cat.
I want cat food.
It is cat food. Good thing you have room on your bike.
So, how to
I think I
nourish?
could fit in
Wait,
there.
wait. Is
Let's
this
see,
how
we
to
got a
nourish your
cozy-
pussy?
A cozy.
It's a cozy.
Cow trailing champ. Oh, on any Sunday. Oh, very cool.
Hey.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a cozy.
What's
Got
cow
a
trailer?
bandana.
That's a buff.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
muff.
buff.
Yeah.
It's a merkin.
It's a Merkin
Always can use
Birkin.
another buff. Yes. Oh, a side stand. Foot. Oh,
Latex.
Nice.
I keep losing these things.
There you
Always
go.
see losing
So,
these things.
you wanna
I
say
need
what
them
it
for the
is?
way back. They are earplugs.
From
The Moto Pro earpieces. These are great.
Earpiece.
I've had
Yeah.
these before, actually, this brand.
yeah,
and I
those
love them.
earpieces. They sent us a bunch, and so we want to
They
make
are
sure
great. And I-
people who need them get them.
Hopefully,
So
I
I'm
can hold
glad.
on to these longer than I have.
They come with a storage canister too.
There you go.
For drugs.
Oh. You know, I was going to get some swag here, and here I got some
Hey.
swag. Motorcycles and Misfit sticker.
Hey, hey.
Now we
Oh,
got
and do you
a
know
s-
what that is?
A Sealmate.
Ooh.
Actually, I could have used this about 6 months ago
Yeah,
because I
those are
just
really
blew
great.
through some
I
ports.
see Emma glaring at that seal mate. She hates the seal
No, I
mate.
don't. No, I don't hate
All
the
right.
seal, mate.
All right, well, cool. Jim,
Ah, okay.
and I just want to say you picked the right box.
I knew it was the one.
I
it was just the closest
I
one.
kind of predicted what boxes people might
Really?
pick
I
up.
bet you did.
You knew
I
I was
appreciate
going to
the
go for the
effort.
big
Oh
box.
yes, absolutely.
This you wrapped all these?
Yeah.
No small
Oh.
effort. I that is all for you.
I go back to what I say.
Oh.
Liza puts far more effort into this show than people realize.
Absolutely.
This might be in the original wrapping. It's not a cat food box.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, not that
What is
wrapping.
that? Oh my goodness! It's a modern mixology cocktail shaker set.
Oh, perfect.
Hey.
Awesome gift. Thank you very much,
Nice.
Liza. That is
Nice.
awesome. I will put that to good use.
That is a high dollar
And it's
gift.
got you know what the name of the thing is that's in there.
It's got a 3-piece cobbler shaker and is the perfect tool for
What?
at-home mixology.
It's for what? Shaking your cobblers.
Your cobblers, you got a little cobbler shaking coming up tonight.
All
Yeah,
right,
shake your cobblers.
all right, Brad.
Okay. All right. Undo the twist at the end.
And Bagel, you're gonna have to wait to find out what's in use.
Okay. You're not going to unwrap
Oh,
it
it's
for
cat
me?
food.
More cat food.
Come down to California, get some Coke.
It's Diet Coke.
Okay.
Yeah, she
care
loved
about your
him
shape.
though he was cokey.
No, it just keeps going and going and going. Oh, it's all the way at the end. I'll rip and tear like it's Christmas. Oh, is there? Okay. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, you got it.
I'm so excited.
Your
you got that.
mug
Oh,
envy
I'm
is
so excited.
over.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Oh, you got the
Yes.
motorosexual
And there
mug.
should be some extra things in there as well.
Oh, okay. I'll keep. Oh, there is.
The
All
condom.
right. There's a sticker. I can't tell what that is.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
that
have
is
my-
Arlette's sticker.
Okay.
Arlette has a sticker?
Yeah, she does.
There is a
Let me see him.
sanitizing wipe.
It's exactly what you need for those
Sanitizing wipe.
What is that?
Morton on the road.
intimate moments in the bathroom.
And was there anything else in the box?
You want to see my sanitizing wipe?
Just make sure there wasn't anything else.
Double check. There is some
Nope. Okay.
packing material.
All right. So Emma, you're up.
Oh, I'm excited now.
The
You
big,
got the, you
the
got
big
the
box.
big blue.
Oh, there was
Oh,
another sticker.
There you go.
Yes, that is going on one of my motorcycles, front and center.
Nice.
Absolutely. Thank you, Liza.
Here, no problem.
I'll stoke you
so
guys
the
out with
funny
another
thing is,
sticker while we're
I
waiting.
did not know you guys were staying today.
Of
I had all
course.
these wraps. So every time I'd invite someone else to stay, I'd have to run in and make another present.
Look at that. Yeah. I had
Ooh,
to-
Emma, what you got in that big box full of recycling?
What is that? Oh.
Those are very fitting.
Somebody left their sunglasses here, so I
I'm
think
like, are those mine?
they might be yours.
They probably are.
Oh, no. Wait, those aren't Ray-Bans, are they?
I think
I don't
they
know,
are.
things that were left. Oh, also you get the gift of giving, Emma, because I forgot to put those on any Sunday koozies and other people's gifts, so you get to give them away. So I threw them all in one box.
So what I've got is I've got some on any Sunday gauzes. You got a gauzy for your mug, and I will give these to my friends right now. I also have a mug with my image on it.
Is there anything in the mug?
Lovely.
I'm going to check in a minute.
It's $1 million.
Oh, that suspense is killing me. I hope I put something in this one. I don't remember. Is there anything in it? Oh. What's in there, Emma?
Okay, we have Motorcycles and Misfits sticker, which is guaranteed to add a couple of horsepower. First Ride sticker. Go Clay. Also, a United Clean Plus sanitizing wipe for those
I may have cleaned out my drawer.
intimate moments in the bathroom. There is a button of the South Jersey Motorcycle Film Festival with Rev Sisters. And for my Harley Davidson,
Yeah?
Chrome School valve caps with
Oh, yes.
red eyes.
Perfect.
Give
And-
me your clothes, your
and-
boots, and your motorcycle.
So, but the big prize.
Yes.
So, there are these sunglasses. Now, do you remember the film Good Guys with Ray Liotta?
Mm-hmm.
If I put these sunglasses on, I would look like Ray Liotta's mum.
Those might actually be Jim's glasses.
Oh my God, you look scary all of a sudden.
Like the Terminator. Or
Yeah.
Are they yours, Jim? They were on my kitchen table.
If they're really dark, yeah, they are. I lose
Sunglasses
sunglasses here
generally
weekly.
are.
Again,
Well, you know what I mean.
Emma,
yeah.
I've given you the gift of giving. Who didn't get a koozie? Who wants one? They all have something different written on them.
looking
I
at
got
me.
these from the On Any Sunday movie premiere. You want one, Brad?
I'll be back.
Sure.
Emma, you got to pick one out for him. There's some
Okay,
great sayings
so-
there.
Okay, let's go. Who wants the first Guernsey?
You got to read what it says.
It says on the one side, the rougher the better. Very appropriate. Sword off his cast.
Yeah.
Cow trailing chump.
I kind of like the rougher the better.
There you
I
go.
think
Yeah.
it's very appropriate in this case. Anybody else like a Guernsey?
No, I'm good.
All
Thanks.
right.
Okay, so I have two Guernseys for myself. And do you think these are your sunglasses, Jim?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
No, they look
They
better
were
on
really
you than they
cheap
were.
ones. They were the ones I didn't anyway.
But they make me look like Ray Liotta's mum.
Gas station specials. I think if they are. I don't even remember.
Emma,
Yes, darling.
so do you remember we had an email come in, I think it was an email, with a really cool bike that was coming up for auction that I had never heard of
You know,
before.
Hey,
yeah,
Liza,
I
I'm
wanted
gonna
wanted to talk to you.
Okay, I'm going to take
Thanks
off.
for joining us,
Hey,
Jim.
yeah, thanks for the gift. That's awesome. Everybody have a great holiday. Good seeing you guys.
Good seeing
and
you.
We'll see you next time. Adios. See you later.
Right.
Nice meeting you again.
So, I need to find my phone because I want to go back to this link that you sent me.
Did you get your notes? Yeah.
Yeah, I got my notes. So, Liza sent me a link earlier in the week because, you know, she's always on the lookout for Emma's History Hole subjects. And she sent me this link of a really unusual bike, which I remember hearing of from years back in the day. And I thought, hang on, this would make a great subject for a history hole. But I'm not just going to do this bike. So the bike in question is a 1982 BFG, not a big friendly giant. And BFG in this case stands for Baccardo, Favario, and Grangi. And there were three French professors at the College of Chambéry. And basically, they built what they envisioned as a top-line French touring motorcycle.
And I just want to say to Bagel or anyone listening, if you want to see what this looks like, just type in Citroen motorcycle.
Right, because it's basically a Citroen engine. So it kind of tickled my taste buds because I remember over the years, there's been quite a few motorcycles with car engines fitted in them.
And I wanted to say, I'm somebody who has had a Citroen. My dad had a
Right,
Citroen.
right, right.
I love Citroens. I love motorcycles.
Oui.
I did not know there was a Citroen motorcycle.
Oh, I did.
I'm ashamed.
Oh, I don't think this was the first one either.
So
Really?
what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a mini history hole. Remember, all I'm doing is whetting your appetite. This is neither a complete list or, you know, or even an extensively researched list, but I just thought I'd pick out 4 or 5 car engine motorcycles, and we're not talking about specials, although I have included one special on the list because I think it needs a special mention. But these were actually production motorcycles. And you'll see from the list, car engine motorbikes fall into 2 categories, and they're very, very distinct categories. The first category is people looking for power. And the second category is just nationalism, blatant nationalism. And if you're going to build a car engine bike, it's going to be in one of these 2 camps. So let's deal with, because we started off with the BFG. The BFG was simply built by these 3 professors who were upset that all the French touring riders were riding around on BMWs, on Motor
Right.
Guzes. There wasn't a French motorcycle to compete. And yet, here we are. They had a perfect engine with a Citroen GS, which was basically a flat forward, very similar engine layout to a Subaru, but of course air-cooled. And so what they did was they built a motorcycle around this air-cooled flat four engine, or not really air-cooled, it's fan-cooled actually, with pretty groovy bodywork, which is exactly how I would expect a French motorcycle from the mid-80s to look. Didn't sell a great many of them, which isn't unsurprising really, although it wasn't a bad bike. Bit on the porky side, which is really, this is the nub of why we don't see more motorcycles with car engines. Cars are very, very different animals to bikes, and this is why I really believe that you're seeing far more electric cars on the road than electric motorcycles right now. I mean, electric motorcycles are beginning to take off, but a car's easier to electrify. You've got far more real estate to play with, and it's always been the case. A car's a bigger thing. So you can be a lot more expansive in your engine design. You can have bigger flywheels. You can stick things outside, like alternators, water pumps, and because you've got a big engine bay to play with. Motorcycles haven't got that premium. You know, you're kind of stuck with what you can stick between your legs. However...
That's what she said.
Ha, ha, ha. So let's deal with some of the bikes that were simply built because of national pride. And I'm going to include the Boss Hoss with this because the Boss Hoss is probably the most successful of them all. I mean, there were 5,000 units built. You can still buy a new one right now. They started off in Tennessee in 1990. So I don't know if Boss Hoss is still publicly trading. They'll still build you a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. So you're talking 32 years, 5,000 units built.
I remember the first time I saw Boss Hoss in person. Like, it is a big motor.
It's a small block Chevy.
But it is a big motor.
But it's a big small block Chevy. Yeah. So they go from like 376 to 500 cubic inch. The reason why I'm including it as a point of national pride, it is neither the fastest, the best handling, certainly not the most economical, not the most agile of motorcycles under any stretch of the imagination.
It's like the motorcycle equivalent of a lifted Hemi truck.
Right, exactly. It is the most American motorcycle you can buy.
In fact, I remember they came in like the red, white, and blue flag painted on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, just looking at the color scheme that you can get that Boss Hoss in.
There's a model in this room somewhere of one. Find it.
Right. You know, you could get one with the Second World War B-17 fighter color, bomber colors. You could get one in the Stars and Stripes. You could get one with the Confederate flag on the tank. You know, it was a huge source and is a huge source of national pride. Not the only one. We're going to come to what has been described as potentially the best, worst motorcycle in the world. And for this, we have to go down to Brazil and to a marvelous creation called the Amazonas. And the late 70s were an interesting period in Brazil. Import duties were incredibly high on everything, particularly things that came from the States. The socialist government, very anti-American at the time, and taxes were high, and there was a huge feeling of national pride running through Brazil. And there was this big push for the police to have a domestic product to use as a pursuit motorcycle. Now, what Brazil is not short of are Volkswagen cars. Very, very brief history lesson. Immediately after the Second World War, a lot of the German population, depending on their political affiliation, found themselves in Brazil. and set up manufacturing and things that, German industrialists and executives do. So it always had a very, very vibrant industry after the Second World War based on a lot of German products. In fact, I think long after Germany stopped producing the Bug, you could buy a brand new Bug in Brazil right up until...
Can you still in Mexico, I think?
Potentially.
They stopped production a few years ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't that long ago. And as far as the Volkswagen buses go, even the mid-70s buses look like these crazy early 60s buses. But anyway, we're going off on a tangent. So there was access to thousands of 1600cc flat 4 Volkswagen engines. So somebody came up with the bright idea of making a motorcycle with one of them. However, we're not talking about any old motorcycle here. We're talking about a 900-pound motorcycle with all of 38 horsepower. So, when you actually see a picture of an Amazonas, it looks almost like a Grom because the wheels look tiny. But then you realize the wheels are big wheels. It is just a giant motorcycle. Supremely unsuccessful in everything it did. It sort of rolled off the line in 77 and kind of staggered on until the mid-80s. But always extremely poor quality, always extremely poor handling, always an absolute pig to ride.
So I know this is not a fair comparison, but I'd say the closest thing is the Moto Guzzi California.
The Moto Guzzi California is it's got twice the power and a third of the weight.
I said it's not fair, but it is that similar style, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
But it isn't
ugly.
It's chunky. And unfortunately, very unsuccessful. So after the police tried these things and realised they were fairly unrideable, they went back to the Harley-Davidsons, and governments change and policies change, and the Harley-Davidsons that the Brazilian police use come back. And there are some Amazonas left. There was a fellow not far from here, actually, I want to say he was in Creston, which is about 2 hours south of here, who had one, which I saw many times doing the show circuit about 20 years ago. And it's just a gruesome thing. Not a good-looking bike by any stretch of the imagination. Quite impressive just by sheer bulk. But every inch a barge. I mean, it's basically a barge with a wheel at either end of it. So there's 3, if we include our French effort, of built out of national pride. Let's talk a little bit about the speed merchants now.
Well, before we do, on the BFG,
yes.
The other thing I thought was interesting, there were parts from other cars also used in it. Yeah,
I mean, they extensively raided the parts bin.
Yes.
The instrument pack was from a Renault Gordini, I think, or a GTA.
Yeah.
But I mean, The thing is, and this is as true now as it was then, motorcycle manufacturers tend to farm things out, and car manufacturers too. Pop the hood on your Ford, and you're going to see parts from, Lucas, Vallejo, a variety of different manufacturers. Most ECUs on cars are actually made by Mitsubishi, so they farm them out. And I think Vallejo were the French manufacturers, or CV Marshall, back in the 80s. So it was easy. I want that instrument pack. And CV would say, well, how many do you want? 300. Okay, very good. And then they'll calibrate them for your thing. So it saves on costs, and manufacturers do it right now.
And this, and I want to give credit. It was Christopher is who sent us this auction for this BFG. Did you see what they're asking for it?
No, I didn't see the buy-in.
If you had to take a flying guess, and this is a very low mile and recently restored, what would your guess be?
Well, I can just see the price, and I have to say that looks we've got that's in euro, darling. So you have to convert it.
It's just under 10 grand American.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth it?
No.
It is a good looking bike, though.
Yeah, but it's
10
odd.
grand.
I mean, at Cars and Coffee, you'd have the only one.
Yeah.
I would say at any run you went on, you would have the only one. The only thing is, I think if you showed up on the 4th of July on Hollister riding that, they would laugh at you.
Really?
I think they would. It's quite odd looking. It's not...
At Hollister 4th of July, they'd laugh at me on my Africa Twin.
Well, of course they do. But it is quite strange. I think it'd look better without the fairing.
I think it looks a lot better than the Amazonas.
Oh, it's way better looking.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
It resembles a K75 RT to me.
It's kind of like... It looks like a K75 RT that has been made out of Lego. It looks like a Lego K75 RT, which in itself isn't a bad thing. So anyway, so there's a national pride, people. Let's talk about speed motions. And so what you got to remember, in the mid-60s, if you wanted power, this is long before the 750 Honda was invented, if you wanted power, your choice was really limited to all of the 650 British singles, all of which were producing either above or below 50 horsepower, depending on your point of view, or some of the more exotic bikes, if you could afford them. And we'll include the Vincent Black Shadow in this. We've talked about Egley Vincents in the past. And the reason that Egley chose a Vincent, he was after power. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason. And back then you could buy them used cheap. And the irony is, I mean, Egley had his English importer buy tons of these things and throw away the chassis just for that engine so he could put them in the chassis. However, car engines, if you picked the right car engine, you could get a lot more power and with the added bonus of quite an exotic power plant. Because remember, we take four-cylinder bikes for granted now. In the 60s, it was like wild four-cylinder bike. This is stuff, MV Augustas were pretty much the only one.
So, and I'm thinking about bikes that have engines that look like they came from a car, but I don't think they did. But the Goldwing, does that have any lineage to a car motor?
No, but...
because it looks like it would.
The Goldwing became like it did because the criteria for the Goldwing made being a flat four very, very favourable. The Goldwing had to be shaft drive. Mm-hmm. So if your bike's shaft drive, you want the crank running front to back. Now, there are shaft drive bikes where the crank runs across. GS 850 is one of them. KZ 1000 ST is another. But generally speaking, if you've got a shaft drive bike, the crank's running front to back. What was really the crucial part of the Goldwing design, they wanted the weight to be carried very, very low.
Yeah.
To make it easy to handle. Therefore, you sat on top of the gas tank, which is really close to the centre of gravity, and the engine was a flat configuration, which got all the heavyweight parts of the bike, the gas tank and the crank, down low. Do you remember we talked about this in the past? As a brief reminder, if you think about motorcycle design, if you draw an imaginary line from the top of the triple tree to the rear axle, a straight line, everything in front and below that is helping your handling. Everything above and behind it is hindering.
Yeah.
And the further away it is from that axis point and the heavier it is, the more it affects either good or bad. So if we really extrapolate that as much as we can, having a bike that's got the lowest, most forward crank possible, you've got that glorious pendulum effect.
Oh, now you've just built the Gurney alligator.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the big thinking behind it. So, let's talk about Friedel Munch. Very interesting character.
I have a model of one of those in here, too.
So, Friedel Munch, he kind of fits in the national pride category, but he was really driven by building a high-performance motorcycle. And he was approached in 1965 by a German race car driver whose name escapes me right now, who said, look, I want a high-performance bike that can get me to all the European circuits very, very quickly without drama. So what Munch did was he built a chassis based on a very similar principle as the Norton Featherbed, which was considered the frame to have back then, but obviously a bigger version. And he picked an NSU 1000cc engine, a little air-cooled four-cylinder engine, or water-cooled four-cylinder engine. Glorious little thing. It was quite a lightweight bike, actually. It was 480 pounds. It had 60 horsepower, which doesn't sound a lot now. Back then, it was a big deal. That extra 10 horsepower above a British Twin. But the big difference between it and a Bonneville, for anybody who's ridden a British Twin of any kind of capacity at all, when you're riding at 70, 80 miles an hour, they're shaking quite a bit underneath you. Whereas this was super smooth and a very, very high-speed bike. And again, of course, it had shaft drive. So a very successful bike. They were made basically from 1966. They grew to 1200cc and about 75 horsepower. Top speed was always around 120 miles an hour. Some got up to 125. 480, 500 pounds. Very well thought out and balanced bike. Cripplingly ugly. Just gruesome. But
Form and fit follow function.
Yes, definitely in the Bauhaus style, I should imagine. Up until a couple of years ago, I don't know if Friedel is still alive. I think he's gloriously eccentric. But up until about 10 years ago, he would still build you a new bike. So if that is the case, it's probably one of the longest production bikes, because you could argue it's been in production from 1966 up until now. So there you go. Munch Mammoth. Let's talk about the Quasar. We talked a little bit about the Quasar last week. The Quasar is like nothing else.
That's three-wheel?
No, it's two wheels.
It's two wheels.
But it's got a roof.
That's what it was, yeah.
So the Quasar was the brainchild of two gloriously eccentric Englishmen called Malcolm Newell and Ken Lehman, both of which who were employed in the motorcycle industry, and really wanted an all-weather bike. So they thought, well, we'll put a roof and a windshield on it and a defroster, even though you're kind of open. And this was thinking way in advance of current thought. I mean, BMW have tried this since, but the Quasar was the first. And it was never a massively successful bike. I was trying to look at the numbers that they made. They made this thing from 1975 to 1981.
Is styling even a consideration in some of these things?
Oh, I think
Holy moly.
They're just butt ugly.
no, it looks better from the back.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I would. It's
a
louvered.
It's a two-wheeled piece of cheese.
It is a piece. No, it's definitely louvered at the back. Would you say that's louvered?
It is
louvered cheese
louvered,
wedge.
but it's still hideous.
Yes. Well, anyway.
Wow.
However, it did have a car engine. It had a Reliant
Yeah.
1000cc engine. Listen, let me tell you. Quasars were not. Well, they were never common on English roads, but they weren't exactly uncommon either. I vividly remember, as a reasonably young motorcyclist who'd only been, messing around for a couple of years on my GS1000, tooling along in the middle lane of the M1, thinking I was doing really well at 120 miles an hour, and a Quasar came past me like it was just standing still. They were quick, and they handled remarkably well. The crowning glory. Have you ever heard of a racer called Phil Reed?
I have not.
Well, Phil Reed was a very, very successful racer in England. Very famous motorcycle racer. And he was knighted for his efforts. And he went to pick up his knighthood wearing a top hat and tails in a Quasar. So that was its kind of glory day. So, it's a motorcycle. And the last production bike, and when I talk about a special after this, is the one that every teenage boy or girl had up on their bedroom wall in the 70s. And it also had a Citroen engine.
Not the Van Veen.
The Van Veen OCR 1000. It actually had a comotor engine, who were owned by Citroen. It was a rotary. It was a twin. A twin rotor Wankel engine, which always raises a smile in England. It's a wanker engine. And Henk van Veen was an interesting character. He was the Dutch importer for Kreidler mopeds and motorcycles. Made an absolute bloody fortune because in Holland it is actually compulsory to ride a motorcycle. You don't have any choice. And, you can go to kindergarten and have moped riding classes. So literally everyone rides a motorcycle. So if you have a good one, like a Kreidler, you're going to sell a cajillion trillion and make just as much money as the Aga Khan. And he wanted a big power bike. So he came up with this marvellous thing, the Van Veen OCR 1000, introduced in 1974. Had this giant twin-rotor rotary in it. About 90 horsepower, 150 mile an hour bike. Again, just gruesomely ugly. Lots of different shades of green. The colour didn't help. It was many shades of green. But a true superbike in every stretch of the imagination. If you haven't seen one, don't worry. There were only 38 made. 1974 to 1981. In 7 years, he made 38 of the things. The fact that they were terribly unreliable, overheated, and I think they were the equivalent of £5,000 back then, which is more than a Jag. So you'd really have to want one. Because much as I love motorcycles, given the choice between buying, taking my hard-earned money back in 1975 and buying a Jag or a Van Veen OCR 1000, probably buy the Jag. I've got to be honest with you. Be kind of a hard sell. And the last one, it's a special. And I didn't want to include any specials on this because people have been dicking around putting car engines in bikes forever. But this one has, I feel, perhaps the most legitimacy. Back in the 60s in England, Norton had this amazing pair of Irish engineers called the McCandless brothers. And they came up with this fantastic frame called the featherbed frame. And it was just called that because it was really, gave a superb ride and very, very rigid. And so there were a lot of specials built using a Norton frame and an engine from a different manufacturer. So I think we've all heard of the Triton, which is very, very famous, which is a Triumph engine in a Norton frame. We've heard of you may not have heard of a Norbser, which is a Norton frame with a BSA engine.
Haven't heard of that.
Yeah, there was Enfield, which was a Royal Enfield Interceptor engine with a Norton featherbed frame. But one of my favourites, and it started off as a sidecar hack, and a few brave souls had them sold, was a Nor Imp. And a Nor Imp was a Norton frame with a Hillman Imp engine. What the hell is a Hillman Imp, you say? Well, a Hillman Imp was a competitor to the Mini. It was a tiny little car, but unlike the Mini, it had the engine in the back. And the engine was very, very interesting. It was an all-aluminium, 998cc four-cylinder, overhead cam, water-cooled, built by a company called Coventry Climax. 60 horsepower engine, lovely little revvy engine. And the Imp was a glorious little car and very much loved by the women at the time. So much so that Hillman actually made a deluxe version of the Imp called the Stiletto, which was basically an Imp aimed specifically at women with lots of extra chrome on it and nice posh seats. But it had this nice little four-cylinder engine in it, which made good power. As a side note, that was never designed as a car engine. It was designed as an engine to power a fire pump. The kind of pump you'd see on a fire engine. It had its own four-cylinder engine. That's what the Coventry Climax 998 was designed for. However, a few brave souls put them in motorcycles. And it's not the prettiest engine in the world, but it was a solid 60 horsepower engine, great power delivery, revvy little thing, and you could build a sub 450 pound bike, which basically out of the box you could do 120 miles an hour on, which was a big deal in the 60s. And a few people built them. And I'd say not the prettiest things in the world, but a worthy successor as a special. So that one, it's not really a car engine. I mean, it's really a fire pump engine that grew up into a car engine that ended up in a motorcycle.
And I think you forgot the most famous one of all.
Rudolph.
Nope. Dodge
Oh.
Tomahawk.
Oh.
Well, you know.
You guys remember when this came out?
Absolutely, yes. That V10 that they shoved into
Yeah. It's
Oh,
a V10.
Yeah.
And everyone saw it and went, there's no way this thing is real. I mean, it's this giant, like 8,500 cc
Wasn't
motor.
it the four-wheel motorcycle?
And it had four wheels.
Yes. So
But-
it's not a motorcycle.
But the wheels were put together with independent suspension so you could still lean the bike.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like calling the Niken or some of these others not a motorcycle because they got
No,
three wheels.
the Nikon's a tricycle.
Yeah, but
And
in
the
this one, because they're together. I'm just saying, it didn't look rideable, but they actually made a bike that you can ride.
It's a quadricycle, darling.
Okay,
There you
we'll
go.
call
It's still a
quadricycle.
gorgeous thing.
No, it is
But-
it is a thing, and I really wanted to avoid that because aside from the Norimp, all of these bikes were legitimate production bikes that you could walk into your dealership, show them your money, and actually walk out with a bike, which of course you couldn't with the Tomahawk. The Tomahawk was really a one-off special to show it could be done. The Norimp, I agree, was never a production bike, but there were enough of them made to make it interesting. And I just thought the whole story of that little Coventry Climax engine graduated from being stuck inside a fire engine to becoming the power plant for the second most successful small car of 1963 to ending up in a Norton frame was a great little story.
I got to say, an engine called Climax powering a fire pump, that can't be just a coincidence.
So when things get hot and heavy, you can put them out with a.
And it was called a
Climax.
Nort Imp,
Yes.
So there is one non-production that I know of. It's the Von Dutch chopper with the VW motor in it.
Right.
That was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a special built by him. And Von Dutch was looking after the same thing. He was after power. And he was after usable power. Because the smart ones understand that power's only of value if you can actually use it. One of the fastest bikes of the 1960s was the BSA Spitfire. It was far quicker than a Bonneville. But the reason that it didn't get the glory that the Bonneville did, even though it was a far faster bike, was it was so fragile. When you bought a Spitfire, you had a choice. You either went fast and blew all your mates into the weeds and then rebuilt the engine, or you rode a little bit less hastily and made it last. You couldn't do both. The Bonneville guys could thrash their bikes, and aside from piddling oil out of the pushrod tubes, it would go on forever.
So I want to ask everyone here, what motor do you think would be a good donor? If you decided you wanted to build your own motorcycle with a car motor, what would you choose? I think for me, an easy choice would be from my Jeep Cherokee, the flat six. Or straight six, straight six.
Straight six, yeah.
Straight six.
That's a big engine.
It's a big engine.
Henderson.
Heavy.
I'm thinking
But
Henderson.
it
Yeah.
would fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Chevy straight six. Yeah, that was.
I think that would fit and great power.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds great. What would you use, Bagel?
I would take a Subaru WRX and put it in a BMW frame.
Yep, that'd be the one.
That'd be a good engine right there, yes.
With the turbo?
Yep.
I don't know. What do you guys think? What would be a good
I was thinking
motor?
something lightweight and compact, so I was thinking like the smart car, but there's not a lot of power there.
Yeah, but
that's the only thing
you could jazz it up with a turbo
Well,
on it.
that's true.
Yeah, you could jazz it up.
How about this? How about this? How about the Amazonas 2 with a Porsche engine?
Ooh.
Better style. I bet the Porsche engine is going to be similar
Yes,
to the VW engine.
right.
Yeah.
Amazonas 2
That'd be cool.
with the Porsche engine could be cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to build a
comment-
special with a Corvair engine just because of the
No, that's
sound.
the. I've had
yes, the
Corvairs.
Corvair.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Emma,
But
I'm going to ask you a question that a lot of listeners are out there thinking of. Well, isn't the BMW K75, K100, isn't that a car engine?
It was the K75 and K100 were a classic case of engineering really pushing the design envelope. It wasn't, you can't trace any elements of that back directly to car design, but there is a lot of car thinking in it. So that the way that the fuel injection is set up, the way that the drivetrain is set up, the engine itself is set up, there's a lot of automotive thinking in it. And again, the instrument pack is very automotive-like. So you can't buy a car with that engine in it. But BMW drew heavily on their experience with cars, particularly the 2002 series, to help design that bike.
Yeah.
So why hasn't there been a hybrid motorcycle?
Real estate.
That's it?
That's it. It's real estate. We have only got so much real estate to play with, and so much weight to play with. Once you get above 500 pounds, you really want to try and avoid that if you can.
Yes, Bagel?
And well, I also wanted to mention the opposite of putting a motorcycle engine in a car, because I've heard of was when you guys mentioned the smart car. I've heard of people putting a Hayabusa engine inside a smart car.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing the videos, that looks like a lot of fun.
So in Italy, there is a lunatic who has a Hayabusa engine in an Ape.
Yes.
Which is just, and I've seen video of it, and the thing is just monstrous.
Yep.
And
I've
I
seen
will
that
say
too.
there's that Honda, that little tiny Honda car with a Honda VFR engine in it. I don't know if you've seen that, but there's videos out there of that VFR engine
Like
in
a
that
Honda
tiny
600
little,
or
what is it,
something?
the Honda N600 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From like the
But
70s.
once again, it's been a very, very little history hole. But hopefully I've whetted your appetite. And do some research. Find your own favorites.
Well, and actually, big engines in small bikes is a perfect segue into who are you going to call when you're in a motorcycle accident? 1-800-LAW-TIGERS.
They're great.
Your case evaluation is free, and they don't get paid until you get paid. They should be the first call you make after a motorcycle accident. Why? Because they fight for motorcycle riders and their families to get the compensation they deserve. With over 20 years of experience, they will handle your case with the respect and dignity you deserve. The insurance company wants to get away with that paying the lowest possible. So you really do need to have representation, even for something small. And with Law Tigers, you don't have to handle the motorcycle case alone. So why should you hire Law Tigers? Well, they can help get you your motorcycle and gear repaired or replaced. Don't forget, it's the gear also they don't tell you about. They know how important your motorcycle is to you. So after it's been in an accident, call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS and they will get you the help you need. There you go.
All right.
So since we were just talking about, trying to come up with, merges, and I'm talking about the Amazonas and put a Porsche engine, do a redo. It made me think, what are some bikes that you guys would like to see come back? We've been having a lot of retro style bikes coming back with new engine and new handling. They look like that old vintage bike we love, but it's all the modern comforts. So I'm curious, what bike would you like to see be revived and come back? And I'm personally going to say the GPZ. 1100 is one of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
bikes, styling wise.
Surely you mean the GPZ?
I love the GPZ 1100, and I would love to see that come back with all new. What bikes would you guys like to see? Emma, what about you?
Well, you know where my heart is. I mean, it's back in the 1970s. And as glorious as it be to see a resurgence of the two-strokes, that'll never happen. But properly styled GS1000, Z1000, you know, these are the glory days of superbikes to me. And, you know, even the CBX and CB900s. There you go. There's a perfect example. I'd like to see a 2022 Honda CBX. See what that looked like.
That would be cool.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Give that 6-cylinder another shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could be. Eric, how about you? What would you like to see?
Well, I haven't been
revived?
into motorcycles all that long, 3 years, so I really don't know what bikes were cool back
got a
in
whole
the day.
bunch around
oh,
you,
yeah,
yeah.
I know. They are something else to look at. Yeah, I'd have to pass on this.
So we'll tell you.
Oh, there
what
you go.
want.
Yeah,
There
you tell me what.
John,
we're gonna
there you
tell
go.
you what
Thanks-
you'll like.
Thanks for the saying.
John, what do you want to see revived?
You know, after going around and looking at motorcycles a couple weeks ago, I think I've always wondered if there could be a modern version of a vintage motocrosser, something that had good power, but was a little lower. But you know, because I love that when I was younger, I used to sit on. I had an IT 175, and it was like perfect for me. So something more radical than like an enduro, but still not like a full on motocrosser.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe
Brad?
not as tall. Yeah.
Well, so
Oh, why is he muted, John? What'd you do?
I don't know what I did.
am I muted still?
What'd you do, John?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Go
Did I
ahead.
unplug myself?
You may have. Maybe
it wasn't
you
me.
did.
Am I going unplugged for this episode?
Plug it into the mic behind the mic. There you go. Try that.
Can
there
you
you go.
hear me?
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
All
right.
You,
Okay.
you've
All
come
right.
unglued, darling.
All
Yes.
right.
So what would you like
when
to
we
see
talk
revived?
motorcycles, I get a little carried away. Anyway, okay, I want to see that Ducati Cruiser come back. That really ugly, that one. That look on your face says it all.
The Indiana.
That's what it is. Yes,
We named the
yes.
dog Indiana.
Yeah, I want to see that Duke. That
Why?
ugly.
Why?
That is a Duke Nasty.
Why do you want to see that?
Because it's got that retro styling that is just wacky, off the wall, crazy, quirky. I don't know. I just, I don't know. You asked, I answered.
No, I feel perhaps
You're still looking at me like that.
If Prince was still with us and considering making a Purple Rain 2022 album, he would probably choose a brand new Ducati Indiana for the album cover.
The reason is because usually when you want to revive something, you're taking something that aesthetically was pleasing but needs an update performance-wise, and you're going with something that's aesthetically ugly.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
What about
All right.
a Moto Guzzi Le Mans, like the 850?
Yeah, that'd be a good
Bringing
one.
that back.
Did you come up with something?
Well, I was thinking about the Transalps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
the
you
Honda. I mean, they've been talking
They're
about bringing
teasing.
that.
They're teasing.
Oh, yes, they are.
But you know, the Transalp's cultural successor is the Honda CB500X. And as much as I like the CB500X, the Transalp's a far more interesting bike.
Oh, it's a beautiful bike.
Yeah,
And
they really should. But it kind of lives on in the CB500X of sorts.
Well, yeah, you see so many people taking that 500X and making it into an adventure bike, but that's all that extra money and
Yeah. So it'd be nice to because they do the rally kit in England, and I think you'd just be getting to start to get the rally kit over here. But it's a chunk of money.
oh yeah.
I'll tell you what I want to see come back.
Go on then.
The CX500.
I bet you do.
I do. And not the turbo. I mean, that would be cool. The CX500.
Do you remember what we call those in England?
Yeah, you call it the maggot.
The plastic bag.
I think that it's a cool engine. People are still collecting them to turn them into cool cafe racers and stuff. So it's a great platform to have different styles because there was a cruiser, there was a street. You can do a lot with it.
Well, I've got some great
and
platforms.
I think with the CB500X, we're seeing that 500cc engine has got a lot of function right now. Bring that back. I'd even like an adventure version of a CB500. RCX 500.
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
No, I think that'd be fine. I
Okay.
think that'd be absolutely jolly.
I think it's time. And they're really, other than the Moto Guzzi's, there is nothing like that right now. But the Moto Guzzi's are much bigger engines. They don't have anything like that that's a midsize, right?
Right.
So there we go. I think that. What do you guys think about a BSA Gold Star?
So,
You want to see that come back?
no, I mean, it is. So,
Because it is. Yeah. So yeah, 2022, the BSA Gold Star is coming back. It looks very much like it looks like a Royal Enfield in that it is a modernized classic
Yes.
bike. And this is going to be Indian made.
Oh, well, hang on there. Mm-hmm. It's Indian money.
Yes, Indian
What
money.
they're trying to do, so Maharinder, who are the Jeep people, and they are number one motorcycle producers in India, way above Tata. They're going to try and set up production in England in Small Heath, which is the site of the old BSA works, a
really?
suburb of Birmingham. But I'm guessing it'll be a lot of the parts will be of Indian manufacture. I like it. I usually, funnily enough, whenever a new retro bike comes out, I will always ask my brother. Not because he's got this massive amount of knowledge on bikes, but he has got quite good taste. And he looked it over and he said, it's about 8 out of 10. It's about 80% there, which I tended to agree with him. It's a very nice looking bike. The radiator has got to go. They've done what they usually try and do and hide it. And it's like, if you try and hide something, your eyes are going to be drawn to it. So they actually need to be a little more proud of it and stick some chrome on that.
Is it water cooled or
Oh,
oil
it's
cooled?
water cooled. No, bikes have to be water cooled now.
Oh, so it's a full
Yeah,
radiator.
it's a 4-valve, water-cooled, 652cc with 45 horsepower.
Right. And in my opinion, they really missed the mark with the taillight. That taillight has got to go.
Well, I find it interesting because when we were doing our little field trip last week, going to all the dealerships, what bike did we see the most of?
Royal Enfield.
Royal Enfields. They're creeping into dealers as a, second, third, fourth,
Because you
line
can't
that they're
beat
carrying.
the value.
And the value is there. And then with a Himalayan, as he said.
Himalayan.
He said it's a Himalayan. They're making moves to come up with these affordable mid-size bikes. And now I see that the BSA is coming in. But the BSA, I think, has better styling than the Royal Enfield.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's got that
Yeah.
gold star emblem. So
No, they're going to sell an absolute million
is this
of
going to
them.
be young people or old guys buying it?
All depends on the price point.
Because surprisingly, the Royal Enfield, I think young people are buying those. It's like a hipster bike.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the BSA will outsell both of them combined. Triumph, Enfield, the lot. As long as they keep the price point sensible and keep the quality up.
The quality is the question.
Quality is the key. But I mean, you can't go wrong. It's a good style bike. I know they're going to sell a bunch of accessories to make it even more retro looking.
I don't see a price listed on this.
Probably depends on where they manufacture.
Right. If they make it back in Birmingham, it is going to add a lot of money to the price. But there's going to be that cachet of actually having made in England
Right. Right.
on the frame tube, which
Right,
does
and they-
actually count for a bit.
And they may also be able to avoid some tariffs that way, wouldn't they?
I would have thought so. I mean,
Right. So that-
post
could offset
Brexit,
it.
I mean, England is the Wild West. So,
Right.
Well, and I find it interesting that, when Norton came back, they went to a high-end, like boutique
Right.
performance bike.
right.
And now BSA comes in and it's going to be an affordable, vintage, modern bike. And it's interesting to see all these names that are bought up and brought back. And I'm just curious, how much do you really think is in the name? Because Mahindra, I think, also owns Jawa. There's all these companies that die. They bring them back rather than just starting with something new. And I'll even use Victory versus Indian as an example.
Yes.
Victory, let's make a brand new bike, brand new name,
Right.
everything. And Indian, let's just revive it again.
Right.
With the classic styling. Yet, I thought that the Victories were very good bikes.
No, Victories are very, very good bikes, but...
Yet...
They didn't have the cachet. Yeah.
Yeah. So I see this a lot at the shop. Motortown's really two shops in one. It's a very vibrant, busy motorcycle shop that you can get an oil change, you can get your tyres changed, whatever. But it's also a vintage restoration shop. And as the winter's kind of closing in now, I'm focusing less on people just coming through the door, and I'm focusing more on my restorations. And nostalgia is a very heady drug. And when nostalgia creeps in, sky's the limit, money-wise. It really is. I mean, some of these older guys, in order to recapture those glory days of their youth, they'll spend whatever they need to spend on it. And motorcycle manufacturers know this. Hence the Bonneville, hence the Bonneville T100, hence the Norton, and hence this BSA. People are looking to just capture that little part of their youth. I think it's going to be a winner. Like I say,
hence like the monkey bike.
Yes.
Right?
The monkey is
the monkey is amazing.
Yeah. And, you know, how many people have got warm, fuzzy feelings about the monkey? Cheeky monkey.
I want ST90 to come back. But yeah, I do find it interesting how many of these brands come back again just because there's value in the name. But it's hard to come up with something new. You know, something else I also noticed, Mahindra, they also own Peugeot cycles.
Peugeot, yes.
Really?
So I need to look into that more. Yeah. I don't know anything about that. But did Peugeot make scooters, Bagel?
Made mopeds.
Yeah, they made some few scooters over the years.
Yeah,
most of them were for the domestic market, I think, but some of them have been sold outside of France.
Going back to that French national pride,
right?
And I used to drive a Peugeot also.
But Mahindra understand that, and that's why they're really trying to get the BSA made back in England. Because how many times have I talked about the reverence for the national product?
I know you've also talked about don't buy a bike made on Friday.
Well, depends, yes. It's not so much the case now, but back in the boozy 70s, oh my God, you bought a Friday bike. It's like, but yeah, it's this reverence for the national product. Yeah. And I think if Mahindra are able to get the BSA made in England, and better still, if they make enough money with it, they can make a twin-cylinder bike. They've got it made in the shade.
Now, if they produce the parts in India and assemble it in England, do you think that would be enough to make the cut?
I think whatever it takes to get that made in England decal on the frame tube, that's all it's going to take.
So I'm gonna bring up the fact that MZ, the company MZ, became MUZ more or less, right. And Asians, the Philippines, was that company bought by the Philippines or anyway?
MZ was it Czech?
MZ was Eastern European, Eastern German.
Okay.
Yeah, East German
yeah,
originally, right. But it got sold to somebody in some corporate entity in Southeast Asia,
right?
And it didn't last very long. Unfortunately,
I had a friend here in town who had a Scorpion.
Somebody needs to bring Bultaco back. That'd be a great brand to rebig.
It probably.
Oh,
is.
handsome Spaniard.
Yeah.
But MZ's actually that was their hometown. Motos Japão.
Well, yeah. I'm curious to see if these BSAs start showing up alongside the Royal Enfields.
I think probably that's going to be the idea. What I actually see going down the road is a lot of the boutique manufacturers kind of clubbing together, or an importer into the States getting a bunch of these boutique manufacturers together and kind of presenting them almost as one package to dealers. So if you're signed on, like the Berliner Corporation back in the day.
Well, and I'm even going to say these are going to open the door to other brands and to dealers like, hear me out, CSC.
Maybe.
Right? You guys familiar with California Scooter Company?
Yeah.
So they were making knockoffs of like the Mustang little scooter, but then they started getting into making their own bikes. They got these adventure bikes. They're 250cc, but they look like a little mini BMW GS.
300.
Is it 300 now?
I think so. Yeah.
They've started making some very interesting, affordable bikes, like under $5,000 for a brand new bike.
Wow.
That a lot of people are staying away from, but we've had people come here with theirs and say, no, I can get all the parts I need. Yes, it's all Chinese, it's all cheap, but I can get parts by the dozen off the internet really cheap and keep it going. But you can't go into a dealer and buy one.
Right.
You get Royal Enfield and BSA, maybe CSC joins too, because now you've really created a market that's opening everything up for these cheaper brands that are filling that niche. Right?
Right.
I'm just saying it would be interesting. I would love to be able to go look at these cheap bikes and actually see them in person. I mean, we're starting to see that with Benelli, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the problem is the distribution here in the U.S. It might look a whole lot better than it does on your cell phone or in a magazine, and if you can, and that's the problem is you just don't have that distribution here in the U.S. so much.
America's a big country. And if you want to, even back in the day, there was never single distributors for makes.
Yeah.
There was the West Coast distributor, like Hap Jones, and then the East Coast distributor, the Berliner Corporation.
Right.
And that's how it was because America was so big and it ain't got any smaller.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you need to see these bikes.
Well, and also, I mean, it also ties in if you're wanting to buy, I love to buy cheap parts off of AliExpress and Banggood.
Bing, bang,
just
bong.
to try them out, right? Well, this time I got a recommendation from somebody who's actually used one. And this one comes from Tim, and he says,
Tim.
Hey, Liza, I heard you mention the high-speed head shake from your 690 Enduro on the last couple podcasts, which I used to experience as well. Actually, it's quite common since the inception of the 690, so I thought I'd give you a little tip. Just the tip. After doing all of the normal checklist items that people recommend, balancing the tire, checking front and wheel alignment, torquing it down, people seem to migrate towards the steering damper solution, which seems to be a 100% fix. Ooh, I'm interested. It says, I thought the Scots and others were kind of pricey, like KTM has one. Coincidentally, last year I saw a review of a Chinese damper on YouTube for about $150. Like the Scots, I think is like $750, which is still a lot of money to drop, you know?
Right.
So $150 for a Chinese one. So he says, I'm not really a big supporter of buying Chinese ripoff products. It's not like me. But in this case, I just couldn't spend that kind of money. And I also wanted to try it out. Thought maybe later I'll buy the real deal. So I ordered one. Well, I'm happy to report the cheapo damper arrived in perfect shape quickly, and it was an easy install. I've been riding the bike for a year now in dual sport conditions and actually most off-road and even a couple track days, and it has performed flawlessly and completely eliminated the head shake on the 690. At this point, if it breaks or fails, I still feel like I got my money's worth. I thought you might like to give it a try. While riding that bike over 80 miles an hour isn't exactly thrilling, it is necessary sometimes on the highway, and this sure did help. John, you remember me kind of screeching?
I do, yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to see how fast I'll go. It was scary. So he says, also, I put the mini windscreen on from KTM, and while that really helps the speed too, I also did a concept seat, and at this point, I feel comfortable enough to go for days. So I went ahead and ordered the damper kit. It's now $173, $180.
Right.
And I also found that windscreen extension that I can screw on to my little tiny fairing that sits behind the gauge. So these are some accessories I'm going to put on my 690 and try out. Knock thinks I'm an idiot for buying the cheap one, but I think
my question would be: is it rebuildable? Like I don't know if the high end one, the luxury brand ones are rebuildable, but because I don't know a whole lot about steering dampers, but that would be my question.
Well,
is it rebuildable?
First of all, if it's not working, then I don't have any less performance than I currently have.
Right.
Yeah.
And Emma made the point of, I think dampers themselves are somewhat simple, but it's the risers that the bar clamps that are part of it that to be suspect. That's
what frightened me. The damper, if your damper fails, big deal. You're back where you started. You're just $175 out. But those risers, yeah. But
they raise the bars up 1 inch, which I'm happy about.
Well, they have to clear the damper. But I don't know.
Well, I'm going to try it out.
Yeah, that's the scary part to me. But I think if everything's fitted correctly and torqued down correctly, I couldn't see the risers kind of just breaking in service. But I think if you fall off the bike correctly, you might break one.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Well, the other ones are what, 800 you said?
Yeah, like $750.
You could go through 4 of them and still be ahead of the game.
Right.
I know, right? And also, while I was there buying that, God damn these suggestion boxes that pop up. I've gone down all new rabbit holes.
Oh, God.
I now have...
You are the perfect consumer,
I now have
Liza.
a KTM doormat coming. I have a motorcycle print area rug and a bedroom, a bed set.
The bed sheets that you showed me yesterday.
Yes,
it's hilarious.
Pillowcase and duvet cover.
Are you going to bed with the doctor?
Oh. I've discovered a world of things that you can just get printed and buy. So I'll be opening those up and we'll review those. Emma, you got an email there to read.
Which one would you like me to read?
One on top sounds good.
First timer, howdy motley crew.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, and first time writing from sunny Florida. Yeah. So it is Florida Man, also known as Stephen Butt. Hello, Stephen. Love the show and have been following for a while. One day, perhaps, hang on, I'm going to do it in my posh BBC accent. One day, perhaps our paths will cross and we can hoist a cool pint to those present and those gone, but not forgotten. I loved the last show and would like to offer my choice for a super bike. I would like to submit there's my current bike.
Oh, right.
I'm not sure whether it's Rachel or Raquel. My VTX 1300R is a super bike.
That is not a super bike.
Because I love her. It's a super bike to him, darling. Enough nonsense. Next, I would like to pass on the following YouTube link for Emma, that is I, to watch and enjoy. It is a movie called The Continental Circus. It's predominantly French language, but it's set in Europe, and Emma might enjoy some of the footage and even recognize some of the faces. Ivy, Agostini, Dunlop, etc.
Have you seen this?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. My favorite motorcycle picture of all time is a picture of, there you go.
Of who?
Giacomo Agostini at the Isle of Man.
Right.
And I will show it to you. And it's a glorious photograph. In my opinion, it is the best motorcycle racing picture of all time. So, lastly, I look forward to each episode and wish you all sun on your face and wind in your hair. For those of you that have hair. Shiny side up, dirty side down, and may your rides be filled with many sweeping curves. Your Sunshine State friend, Steve. Thank you, Steve. And there is a PS at the bottom. Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but...
Why does everyone close with fuck knock?
Okay, hold on. I think the guys here in the room know the answer.
It seems to be a rather
Brad, you know the
rude
answer,
I
don't
do.
you?
I think I do.
You do.
Yeah.
You want to tell us?
Yeah, I was so looking forward to meeting everybody here and all the crew that regularly comes here and shows up. And of course Knock shows up, but unfortunately he left.
He shows up to tell us he's not staying for the podcast.
Yeah.
So we said, fuck Knock.
Fuck Knock.
Fuck Knock.
There you go.
He comes by and he goes,
I hate saying that. I love
know.
the guy and I just barely met him. Fuck Knock.
There you go.
Got to comfort.
John, you have something to read there?
I do. This is from Crew Speed. Hello, all. Not really a comment for just Emma, but she doesn't have to wait for the Numbnuts Titanium Taint Challenge to put it on a show.
Yeah.
Slather everyone down with some oil and take some pics and make a calendar out of it. We'll help Liza recover if she has to pay out. I've laughed at the show for years. Keeps Monday enjoyable. Thank you.
And who was that from?
The name is Crew Speed.
Crispy Crew Speed.
Crispy. Crew Speed.
Oh, very good.
Emma, I just sent you a message.
Let me see. Let me see what you said.
I just wanted to get that on tape.
Jesus.
All right.
So Liza has just sent me a picture
Oh.
of a delicious looking carrot cake. Obviously homemade and in green icing on the top of the carrot cake.
Well, you got to
is-
read the top first.
They said bring a dessert and a game to the party. So this person has done both
That's
In
awesome.
one.
and has made a delicious carrot cake and in green icing on the top it says find the toenail. However, I'm going to pass around my
Better than find the pube.
Oh God. In my opinion, the greatest motorcycle racing picture ever taken, and
Ooh,
likely ever
maybe I
to
can get
be
this
taken.
on a toilet cover or something. Like, let's see.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, yeah, that's a great photo.
That's Agostini at
pretty
the Isle of
awesome.
Man.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I can get that printed on something.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we got time for some more. I have one, and this is a great one. Hey, friends, coming back at you from chaotic reality in Tennessee. And he says, as always, you guys are amazing, and every show is great edutainment. I learned something on every show, perhaps sometimes something I didn't want to learn, but those are funny too. So welcome, Chaotic Reality, as your newest Patreon member.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
good-o.
Excellent.
Thank you. And he wants to know when the $10 Ask Miss Emma Patreon option is going to be available.
When
Again,
I say it is.
Wow.
we have filled that up. He says thanks for
My-
the recommendation and
My
the,
cup runneth over.
and the discount on the Mimi and
Both of
Moto
them?
books. Always looking for ways to drive interest in motorcycles for my little 5-year-old lady. The rule is that she has to ask and be interested in motorcycles before she can get one. That's my wife's rule. Not that I'm going to fully abide by that. She's got a bit to grow, but I want to put her on the dirt soon. Anyways, I got the Mimi Moto 2 book and Snuggle Monkeys, and she will love it. Trying to train her up one step at a time.
Smart guy.
Not done there. He says, question for you. I found a Corbin seat for my V-Strum for $175. What are your thoughts?
Bargain.
That's
I
a
have
great price.
never put my ass on one and curious how much better than my stock Strom seat it would be. Here's a picture of it. Total shipped would be $215. It's on a DL 650, but my understanding is it will fit a DL 1000.
It depends on the generation. Yeah.
So
that looks like a first generation. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've been riding Corbin seats since the 90s for decades now. I love them. I got one on my Africa Twin. And what many people will say, at first they think they're quite hard, quite rigid. They're surprised. They're not soft and cushy
No, they
like
are
you'd
firm.
expect. They are quite firm, but that is in the design of the foam. They are designed to be more comfortable and to really plant you well. I always remind people, think back to like elementary school.
Can I hear the Christmas choo-choo in the background?
Yes. When you were in school, were you sitting on cushioned seats?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
I was sitting on the sofa throwing darts at the
I
headmaster.
think about the seats we were on, plastic and wood,
Right.
but they were slightly contoured.
they were
weren't
contoured to our little box.
to our little bums, and we sat for all day on these. It didn't hurt. Well, the Corbin is somewhat like that. It's contoured and it's rigid, but on the stock seats, they do have a soft foam that it collapses in the places it shouldn't be. It doesn't give you the support where you need it. So that's why I do appreciate a Corbin seat for distance riding. It's just more comfortable in the long run.
You know, the worst seat I have ever encountered in recent years
What's that?
is on my Benelli Quattro, Susie. It's like sitting on a bag of straw. It is just wretched.
The worst stock seat I ever had was on my BMW 1100 RT, which is a long distance touring bike.
No excuse for that.
And it was slightly sloped, so it kind of thrust you into the tank. I hated it. It was a perfect excuse to buy an aftermarket seat. But yeah, that is a great price on a Corbin seat.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly used.
And I do believe that they warranty seats for a lifetime.
I don't think they warranty them for a change of ownership.
Yeah, right. I would doubt it. Yeah, but
If you were local and you went in with a tear in your seat, they'd fix it up.
Yeah. But they are firm. The first time he sits on that seat, he's going to think, oh, crap, what have I done? But it'll kind of sneak up on you. You'll ride all day, and you're like, oh, my buns don't hurt.
You know what? And regardless of the brand, seat concept, Sargent, Mustang, whatever, that price for a seat is a good price.
yeah, absolutely.
Bottom line.
$175 for a custom seat like that.
Stock seats are never good seats. We've talked about this before. It's a place that they cut corners. They do not intend it to be a good, comfortable seat.
Seats and suspension.
And that is one of the best upgrades you can do, and that is a good price. So I'm all in. Yes.
So I'm going to say one thing about that. I actually have a first gen V-Strom, same as his, and so I found a seat, Corbin seat. So I took a chance, bought it. I actually didn't like it. Reason being is because that's a really scooped seat front to back. And what I found for me is that my tailbone would hit part of that seat. And so I need more of a flat. I mean, you're never going to get a flat seat on a V-Strom. It's just not how the bike is built, but I need a flatter seat. And so the stock seat is actually I have a, one of those.
You do have a misshaped ass.
You've been looking at it, huh?
But Corbin can reshape the seat, though.
Well, yeah. But what their policy is, I think, is you basically got to buy a brand new seat. So it doesn't make it worthwhile. And for the price I paid, then having it reshaped, it wouldn't make economic sense to do that. Yeah. What I actually have found is comfortable on mine for me is one of those Coleman pads, ATV pads on top of the stock seat. And that is actually more comfortable than the Corbin seat. So if anybody in the Portland metro area wants a Corbin seat, I've got one for a first gen V-Strom.
Well, maybe, can you beat $175?
Maybe. If it's a misfit, I could.
All right.
If it's a misfit, I could.
I think we got time for one more. Emma, you got one more?
Yeah, and I sincerely hope that we have some motorcycle dealers or people who work for dealers listening to us right now. And I'm not including myself in that because I have my own shop. Hello.
And
this is from Barry Donovan from Rutland, Vermont. New listener. Oh, sorry, he started with hello. New listener of only several episodes, so I have a lot of catching up to do. But I would like to comment on podcast 449. What really caught my interest and what I could relate to was the discussion of what makes a good motorcycle shop. Mm-hmm. My wife and I are relatively new to PTWs. We ride Vespa scooters at a young age of 58.
And remember, my number one thing is it has to have a couch.
Right.
Yes.
We got interested when camping, and some people next to us had scooters. They said it was the best thing to get around without taking the camper. They had a Class C. And Class C campers are the ones with the cab, and then it's got like and then
the van front end.
Yeah, and then the Class A's are the box things, or in my case, a large pickup truck. A winter's worth of research, and we settled on a pair of 2016 Vespa Sprint 150s. What do you have to say about that, Bagel?
Nice little bikes.
Yeah, they are nice little bikes. I like Sprint 150s.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We signed up and took the MSF course in the spring, which was fantastic, very good. But I digress on what was my reason for writing about shops. As new riders, we obviously needed gear, especially a helmet. Being a small town, there are 2 shops. One has really no soft goods and is basically a service shop. The other is larger and runs the gamut of motorcycles, ATVs, snowmobiles, etc. So wife and I went in there, walked in. Besides the staff, we're the only ones in store and no one said hi or acknowledged us. We went to the helmet wall and spent about 15 or 20 minutes looking at helmets. No one came over to ask us if we needed help. We left and discussed that maybe it's something with the motorcycle culture that we don't understand. Next, we had to make a trip to our neighbouring state and went to 2 big motorcycle dealers there and had the same experience. No one acknowledged us or came over to the helmet wall where we were obviously looking for helmets. Left and continued to the store where we bought the Vespas, which was 2.5 hours away from us. We live in Vermont and store was in New Hampshire. They were very helpful there with us getting fitted with helmets, but it could be just because we spent $10,000 on the scooters. We have since found a nice store that does a decent selection of soft goods, but is an hour and a half away from us. Sadly, I see no reason to support our local store based on the initial experience. Since then, we tend to buy from Rezilla, Scooter West, Scooter Parts Co., which are all online. Since we have been severely stung by the wasp, our scooter fleet has expanded to 6 Vespas, and we've discovered rallies with our first one in Richmond, Virginia, where we did meet Bagel and have a beer with him. Did they, Bagel?
Excellent. That must have been in 2018 then.
Maybe.
Yeah, because that was when I was there after the last Scooter Cannonball run.
Yeah, there you
at
go.
At the Veravespa rally.
I have since ridden in the 2021 Scooter Cannonball and seriously thinking about 2023 and more long rides. Bottom line is shops need to focus on customer service, even just a simple hi, acknowledging that you and your wallet have come into their shop. Regards, Barry Donovan, Rutland, Vermont. I couldn't agree more, Barry. And sadly, it's a very, very common problem. Right here in Monterey, well, here is Santa Cruz, but where I'm at in Monterey, there is a giant motorcycle store, and I get so tired of people coming into the shop grumbling about the customer service they get there. Shops really need to up their game. There's been this culture in the motorcycle industry for a long, long time that the people in the industry are doing their customers a giant favour by being there for them. And it's quite the opposite. Those customers are doing us a giant favour by coming in with their wallets and spending their money in my shop and other people's shops. And you've really got to think about that and focus on that.
In fact, Emma, every time I come to your shop, you acknowledge me right away. You acknowledge me by yelling, "Hey, get out of here!"
Okay. In my defense, let me tell you what Liza does when she comes to my shop. And Liza is quite welcome to deny this if she wants. So a reasonable human being pulls up in the parking lot, gets out of their car, walks up to the counter and says, "Oh, hey, Emma, how you doing?" Not Liza. Liza pulls up right in front of her car, winds down the window and goes, "Oi!" out of the window and refuses to get out of the car. And I have to drop whatever I'm doing. I could be through re-shimming an MV Augusta. I've got to drop whatever I'm doing, walk out to her car, acknowledge her, exchange pleasantries, and then that's it. Meeting's over.
And she just drives off.
And she just drives off. Doesn't get out of her car. You're welcome to deny that, Liza.
I just said, yes, you acknowledge me every time I come.
But on a more serious note, this is a very, very common problem. And we had a very, very good experience last week when we did the rounds for the shops. But we kind of went in en masse and we were quite a cohesive group. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if just John and Melissa went in on their own, or indeed you went in on your own, or even I went in on my own, we'd have had the same pleasant experience.
Again, I've heard a lot of women say this, that they're ignored by people, and I always say the same thing. I don't have that experience because I go find the salesman and introduce myself and tell him what I want. I still think that take some of the responsibility and go find them. Give them the opportunity to offer you the service. A lot of people, like John himself said, I kind of prefer to be left alone when
Absolutely.
I go
in. Yeah.
And they're probably used to people saying, I'm good.
Yeah.
But they may be ready to help you as soon as you give them the signal. They're just waiting for it.
Yeah.
You see, to me...
And I think that acknowledgement, just a simple acknowledgement from a salesperson, acknowledging that you're there, and if you need any help, hey, I'm going to be over here, wherever over here is going to be.
Yep.
Because I too like to just look around. I don't want to be hounded. I don't want somebody standing next to me, like watching my every move. I just want to look around and browse.
But there is a middle ground. And a couple of times when I was working at a big shop, I was usually stuck in the workshop, but occasionally, there's no staff up in parts, just go up to parts and, help people out for half a day. And as soon as somebody comes in, be like, hey, how you doing? Look, if you need anything, I'm here. If you need anything. If not, I'm not going to bug you.
I'd like
just
to say,
letting people know they exist.
Yeah.
Bagel, what you got?
Well, I also wanted to make the point that they were specifically going into motorcycle shops looking for gear, right?
Yeah. And
one of the things that I know Phil's talked about, and I've heard from a lot of areas, that the accessory business is problematic for motorcycle dealers, because they typically only sell gear to first time riders who are there to buy a bike and they need gear, so they just buy it there. More experienced riders typically don't buy their gear from dealers. So dealers are stuck in a quandary now where people kind of expect them to have things, but people rarely buy the stuff from them.
Yeah.
And most often people buy stuff online. So I could see where somebody goes into a motorcycle shop these days and they're looking at gear. They're probably not going to have a salesman come over to help them, because the salesman is probably going to assume, okay, they're just going to try on a helmet to see which size fits so they can buy it online. So I'm not even going to bother.
Well,
but if they're looking at bikes, somebody will probably come up to them right away. Maybe that has something to do with it.
I will give you an example of poor customer service, because I have had it. The last helmet that I bought, the helmet that I like to wear and the color was being discontinued. So I wanted to go buy another one just to get it. And I went into, I'll just say it's one of the cycle gears, and they're usually pretty good. And I said, do you have this helmet in my size? Because it's really hard to find the boxes oftentimes for that helmet wall. And he just said, no, I don't think so, and left. And I had to go through the wall of helmets, and I found one. It was my size. I did buy it. So that was like, he didn't take the time when I did go and ask him for help. So you do get bad service. I get it. But just because somebody doesn't approach you, I don't really make that a negative. You got to give them that opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what Bagel said, actually, because I think when I go into a cycle gear, although you had a bad experience there, I'm getting pretty good service most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. Or if I go to like a smaller shop like Santa Clara Cycle, and what they sell is accessories, so they're ready to serve me with accessories right when I get there. Where I think the motorcycle shops are trying to sell motorcycles, really, because that's where the margins are, and they're not going to hire somebody full time just to sell helmets at a small shop like that. So, unfortunately, I think we got to go to accessory places to get better service.
Well, and I do want to say, when you do have a good shop experience, when that mechanic gives you good service, or you do find the stuff that you need, don't forget to thank them. Just like we thank all of our listeners for sticking with us and listening to our show. Thank you, everyone. And to our Patreon subscribers, thank you. I really appreciate it. We had some people buy some of the T-shirts. The T-shirt deal still exists. Not for you two. Not making fun of you.
A little husky here.
Small, medium, and large left only.
I took all the big ones.
Yeah. If you'd like a small, medium, or large Motorcycles and Misfits T-shirt for the whopping sum of $15 shipped to your house
That's
in the
nothing.
US.
Nothing.
Just go ahead and send me a PayPal to recyclemotorcyclegarage@gmail.com. Don't forget to include your address. I'll get it out. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yes.
We got Christmas, so
Yeah.
happy holidays, everybody.
everybody.
Yes.
New Year's, we're going to be doing a show next week. You guys are traveling. Are you going back up to the frigid north?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got to time that weather just right so I don't run into another
No,
snowstorm. getting
I
up
think you're going to visit me at Motortown tomorrow and
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
and fob off your back tire on me.
Yes.
I can
well,
add it.
You offered.
No, and that's true. I can add it to my collection because I'm due to have all my tires collected. I'm up to about 50 now, so I usually,
Nice.
when I get up to that amount, I'll make a fort, and then I can play in the
Oh, there you
fort,
go.
and then it's time to call the tire recycler.
It's like me when I was about 6 years old. We
Yeah,
had
there
a
you go.
junkyard by my house, so we would go around and play with all the tires
Oh,
and make a little fort. It was actually
Put them
kind
on
of
your
fun.
necks, light
Happy-
fire to them.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Happy days.
And John, I think we had some more people sign up for Stumpy's Land of the Giants, also known as Stumpistan.
We did, yeah.
You guys
I haven't
interested?
been official yet. Oh, I'm going to do it. Yeah.
You're coming? Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Eric's going to come. Bagel's been there. It's a great trip. And then also, I think I got another person signed up for the Numbnuts Challenge.
Oh, really? How many are we up to now?
I think 6. And we have max of 10.
10
So-
nuts or 10 people?
So
Same thing.
Numbnuts Challenge. It's an event on Facebook if you'd like to
It's a
enter
thing.
for a $1,000 cash prize.
And it's going to be cash, and there will be other prizes.
I better start saving my money now.
So I think it should be like numb your nuts and take Liza's cash.
it is cash, but I will just be bringing my piggy bank, so we'll be in coins.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be
Might have to roll in pennies to get
it'll
it.
be in nickels and dimes.
Well, I hope you two had fun. Eric, you got to do the
Absolutely.
ride
Oh,
yesterday.
gosh,
Brad, you
yeah,
got to hang
yeah,
out in the garage
yeah,
today.
yeah.
At first, it was just me, and you're like, well, where is everyone? Yeah, thanks.
No, I just want to thank everybody for the warm hospitality and everything.
oh, that's what we do, darling.
Yes, absolutely.
You got to
Guys
use some
do
of
it
our
well.
fun tools.
It's great having you here.
The Baja No Pinch tool.
I
What
got
do
to
you
be
think of
the
that?
tool.
Yeah, I know. So good day in the garage. I hope everyone else is having fun, living vicariously through us if you're not able to ride because of the winter weather. And if you come to Santa Cruz, come join us as you guys have experienced. We're always having a good time at the garage.
Absolutely. Yeah. I am so glad that I stopped by and hung out with you guys. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for dropping by. So I think we're ready to get out of here. Do you guys know what's about to happen? Do you know how this works out? Have you ever listened to the end of the podcast? Eric's got a blank look.
Yeah.
I'm making
You're
about
not bluffing
30
us.
minutes in.
I'm gonna let you in. When Liza points at you, say your name.
Oh, yes. Call out, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. This is Liza.
Stumpy John.
Emma, darling.
Brad.
And this is Eric.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.
Cool.